All right, so getting ready to make my actually pre-workout shake drink and my intra workout. Intra workout I've been doing past 6 weeks, I want to say. I've actually increased the amount that I've been taking in. I started with, I think it was 40 grams of carbs. Now I'm up to 60. Um, and what I've been using, and I've changed this up. I mean, there's not one perfect source. I mean, I typically go to True Nutrition for my stuff, just because Dante has obviously the highest quality that I've ever seen out there. This is a MPA muscle intrusion. Matt Porter is the one that formulated it, designed it. So basically, you get 25 grams of carbs per serving, essential amino acids, some creatine, carbohydrate enzymes. I just like it. Got cyclic dextrins for your carb source, which I typically prefer. It doesn't set on my stomach, digests really easily. It doesn't no bloat or anything, which is obviously is optimal when you're training. So I'm gonna do 60 grams of carbs from this, and then I'll just add some citrulline to it as well because it doesn't have any in it. And obviously my go-to, and everybody knows this by now, my pre-workout is my KetoOS, my exogenous ketones. I'm actually waiting for my shipment of my Keto Max to come in, my Biomax, the stuff you've seen me talk about, our new product, the high end, which is off the charts compared to this, but this is still good stuff. So obviously I'm taking this, and I love this stuff just because of the way I'm able to focus and stuff during my workouts and the intensity, and I feel that my oxygen consumption isn't as much, and I'm able to push harder and not fatigue out so quickly. So obviously, I recommend this to everybody. You can go to my link if you want to order some, or contact me if you want to try some as well. I'm still doing the 5-day experiences. But anyways, I'll drink this 30 minutes beforehand. Intra workout, like 60 carbs. I typically will start drinking this after a couple of sets, after I get going, after blood starts moving, increasing my blood volume, and then have it finished before I get my workout done, and then I'll come back, and then you'll see my concoctions for my after workout. One thing I wanted to touch on is you saw me eating my rice cakes and my rice bars beforehand. And I know a lot of people will see that, oh, I'm going to try that. Okay, the thing to realize is that's not for everybody, okay? Not everybody can get away with eating those types of carb sources. I can. I know my body. I know what I can and cannot handle. The amount of calories I'm taking in right now. Obviously, I'm over 500 grams of carbs right now. So don't assume that just because I'm doing it, it's working well for me, that you can do that. That needs to be assessed. I have plenty of clients that are not doing intra-workout carbs. Basically, they're just doing aminos. I'd say about 50-60% of them are doing my keto, because I recommend this to anybody. And then hardly any of them is doing simple carbs, as the rice cakes, as the Rice Krispie bars, or whatever it may be, bagels, pre-workout or post. So it's really got to be assessed, guys. So don't just go in there and buy some junk and start eating it and thinking you're going to get all these great results, all right? I just wanted to touch on that so people just don't go crazy and start eating these bars and stuff and be like, oh, all I did was get fat. Well, yeah, if you got fat, then you're probably not. Insulin sensitivity is not where it needs to be. Glucose uptake isn't where it needs to be. Same with intra shakes. If your body is not in a place to utilize these carbs during the workout, then it's pointless to have them. A lot of times when a lot of people, the food that they're eating during the day have plenty of stored glycogen to get through their workouts, the way their body processes it, and then the post-workout. They don't really need the intra carbs, especially in off season, because the calories are a little bit higher. So it's just kind of a take-home point. So I'm gonna get this together, and then I'm going to head to the gym, get a workout in, and we'll come back and see the fantastic deliciousness that is my post-workout meal that I have immediately after my workout. All right? All right, guys, so we're getting ready to warm up. So I've been dealing with some medial tendonitis in the elbow. So before arm training, any upper body movement, basically, we do flossing, which you'll see. Basically, we're going to wrap the arm really tight, as you'll see. Bend it in every direction, mobility-wise. Basically until the hand turns kind of a dusky color, like basically it's losing blood flow. Take the band off, all the blood will rush in, and basically makes it feel like a new elbow. So it helps me with my lifts, takes the pressure out of everything. So I'm gonna have my trusty partner here wrap my elbow, and you gotta wrap it pretty tight. Make sure it's tap over the other one. So you can see he's pulling it tight every time he goes around the elbow, especially around the medial part. So right here is where the pain is. Go down a little deeper. No, let's go down a little bit farther.
Cover up.
Oh. All right, come back up. Cross. This doesn't feel great, but it does once it's off. So basically, bending it, rotating it, slight hyperextend. I can actually have Adam pull on me if I need to. And you basically just keep moving the arm around in every direction, supinating, pronating, until the arm goes numb, basically, or until you'll start feeling the blood rushing out of my hands because it's being cut off. So I like to, whatever range of motion that it hurts the most in is where I stick with. Usually it's too much internal rotation on the shoulder joint. So we're doing some exercises to try to correct that. And you'll see some unique stuff today. So as you can see the difference in the color of my hands. One's completely gone and one's the other one. So I take it off. Now it literally feels like I have zero pain. Fantastic. All right, so now we're gonna warm up. We're gonna start with, so we're doing chest and back today. We're gonna start with incline press and pull-ups. So on the incline press, we're going more load emphasis. We're gonna do a wave rep pattern. So we're gonna go 7-5-3, 7-5-3, so 6 sets total. And we're gonna pair that with pull-ups. We're gonna do a dead hang at the bottom of every rep, explode into the concentric, do a 2-second contracted pause position at the top, back down. That's gonna be for 4 to 6 reps. That's gonna stay the same throughout the incline press. And we're gonna work up to pretty close to a max weight on the second round of wave reps. So when we go to 7-5-3 again, we're gonna be pretty much close to the max weight on the 7, the 5, and the 3 rep range. Just get those HTMUs stimulating, going, and then we'll go into more, volume work, some giant sets and stuff for back and chest. We'll go from there. All right, so we're almost done with this. What we've already done is 4 sets. So we started with 7, we went to 5, then went to 3 reps in the first round. So this second go around with a 7-5-3, we're basically trying to hit right at max weight for the reps. I just did 7, and now we're getting ready to do the 5. And I typically pair this with pull-ups, but because my elbow's tweaked a little bit, I can manipulate my body position a lot better with pull down. So that's why I'm supersetting with pull downs. And with pull downs, we're doing a complete hang, dead stop in the stretch position, and then a 2-second contraction at the bottom. Doing that for 4 to 6. Shout out to Ed's company. Quality shit. My whole body's wrapped in Iron Rebel. Say I'm a walking billboard today. I got my Iron Rebel. I got my KetoOS Proven stuff on. Try to represent. Again, we're going heavy here, guys. So still, obviously, I haven't had this much weight in my hands in a while. So it's all about quality, not quantity here. I mean, if I hit failure at 2, I can't feel I hold my form, I'm gonna rack him. I'm gonna just push through just to get a number out. But Adam's here, obviously, is gonna keep me safe. That was Philly. All right, that's it for that. So, I'm gonna rest this a little bit. Then we're gonna hit some giant sets, triple sets. We're gonna start with chest first. And once I catch my breath, I'll go over there and kind of go over what we're doing with that. And then we'll have a giant set for back as well to finish things off. So here's where the volume kicks in. All right, so we're on our, now we're gonna isolate chest. Going for more blood volume. This is all about activation and stimulating the chest. We obviously went for load and for the HTMUs over there to start. And now complete stimulation, trying to isolate the chest as much as possible. And the way we're doing things here is also to take some pressure off my medial elbow. So I'm going to start with actually a semi-supinated incline press for upper chest. So you'll see almost a reverse grip coming up. Full contraction upper chest, that's my only focus. So you're not gonna see a heavy load because it just doesn't take much. Initially, I'd be doing chest dips after this, but again, assessing things from day to day, that my elbows aren't feeling that great today, so I'm gonna suck in in a cable crossover, but it's not a cable crossover. It's basically gonna be like a half range of motion, but you kind of think about most muscular and bodybuilding. So we're shortening the range and going for a full contraction top to bottom here, all right? So full chest to bottom. Very short range of motion, just complete contraction every rep. Going from that, right back to the same weight we used on the semi-supinated and basically go to failure on every set. So we're gonna do 5 rounds of that. Focus, contract. Every single rep, come up, flexion. Ain't about moving the load, it's about isolating the area here. So come up, contract, control down, flex. No delt, minimize tricep. Every time. Once you stop getting contraction, the set is done. Squeeze. All right, so you can see he's standing dead center. Between the pulleys is not coming out in front of it. They're staying bolt upright. Short range of motion, right parallel to the ground. Full contraction from up, down. Every rep, even if they're paused for a second, full contraction. This will minimize your delt activation. Flex, every rep, flex. And then here, just a neutral grip press.
So as he comes up top, he's going to come to the midline of his body for a contraction, because that's the plane of motion for your chest, is the adduct. So you can come out like a regular press and come in like a fly, complete contraction at the bottom. So you can see his midline, his dumbbells come towards it, but they don't touch. What? Right to failure. Once he stops feeling it in the chest, he's done. So you can see on the cable crossover, very short range of motion. It's not the typical coming out wide, full stretch. Basically just focusing on the contraction more than anything. And to take pressure out of the shoulder joint and the elbow. And then neutral grip on the flat press to finish out to failure. 4 more rounds to go. All right, so this is what we're gonna finish off with today. So we're gonna do a round for a giant set for back. So you'll see some unique stuff here. Shout out to Eugene over in Australia for this row variation I've never done before, but it's great. We're gonna start with straight arm pull downs. And you'll see, it's hard to see, but I'm doing it, is focusing on external rotation in the humerus. So what that's gonna do is activate the lats more through the entire range of motion. So really focus on that external rotation of the humerus through the whole range of motion. So we're gonna go from that, come over here. We're gonna do 3 variations in a row, all right? All in the same place, same weight. So the first variation, I'm gonna be bent over around 70 degrees or so. Instead of rowing like you typically would to the rib cage, roughly lower chest, it's gonna be basically like I'm trying to scrape my thighs as I row, because the intention here is to have my shoulders down and retract back so I can focus on my lower trap, activation, development, and lats. Reason being is most people are overdeveloped in their upper traps. Obviously when they row, they shrug half the time, which can cause all kinds of issues. So, and most people are underdeveloped in their lower traps, me being one of them. So this is going to also help with any shoulder mobility issues, stabilization. So I'll do 8 to 10 reps, very short range of motion you'll see, but I'm just pulling my shoulders down and retracting back. And then I'll stand upright, same cues, retract back, extreme range, short range of motion, get maybe 4 or 6 reps there. And then I'll just go into a power movement to where I'm actually using a little bit of body momentum and your typical type of rows, and I'll go to failure with that. Then we're going to finish off with close grip pull downs, and here, no emphasis at all on the eccentric, so kind of driving blood into the upper back. So you'll see me drive down, get a contraction, loosely come up, full stretch position, explode back down, contraction, loose, and repeat that for 8 to 10, driving as much blood into it as possible. And we're going to do 4 to 5 rounds of that.
Now where do you go after midnight? When all the doors should be closed. Your alibis just don't sound right. And I ask but nobody knows. Then you look me in the eye and make it sound so very nice with your
All right, guys, just got home from working out. Workout lasted about 75 minutes or so once we got going. So what I'm gonna touch on right now is my post-workout training meal. Now this meal I take in either as soon as I get home, or if I have a client at the gym, I'll have it pre-packed and then have it basically while I'm starting to have them warm up and train. So what this is, and again, this is relative to the individual. So me, that doesn't mean this is what you need to be eating post-workout. Everybody's different. I have tons of clients that I just have them eat real food, okay, initially, which I will have, and I'll talk about in a second, about 90 minutes or so whenever I start to get hungry after this meal, all right? For me specifically, this is what I'm having. So you can see it's very, if you want to say high glycemic index or whatever it may be, fast digesting, simple carbs, everybody's got their own terminology, but I do keep it gluten-free and pretty much and try to keep it a little bit dairy-free just to, especially post-workout, so there's no really inflammatory response. So I like gluten-free stuff, and this meal particularly for that purpose. So what's it going to be is a go from True Nutrition, 100% whey protein isolate, chocolate peanut butter flavor. So I will do 40 grams of protein from this, which scale weight's going to be right at 45 grams. So I do measure it because powders and scoopers are always off to an extent. Do you have to measure it? No. If I'm on traveling, I don't measure it to this extent, but I'm so used to using my scale. I use it all the time. So going with that, and then I'm going to mix in, I do 10 grams of L-glutamine, and again you can see it's from Thorne because I want some high quality here. So I'm going to do 10 grams total here. And then I'm going to do roughly about 3 grams or so of taurine. And then creatine Magnapure. This is from Swanson. So this is magnesium and creatine chelate, which is basically a combination of magnesium and creatine together. The purpose, I think this is the absolute best version of creatine that you can take. Reason being is, obviously creatine is still effective if you're just taking monohydrate. I'm not saying it's a bad thing by any stretch of the means. But you got to realize regular creatine is susceptible to being cycled in the stomach, and basically when it goes through the acidity of the stomach, the bioavailability of it can be reduced. So you're not getting as much of it into the bloodstream as you would want and want to utilize. So the purpose of putting the magnesium in there, it's kind of like a protection against that, of your stomach acidity. So you're going to have more bioavailability of the creatine to be absorbed into your system. So it's going to be readily available. Obviously with magnesium, that's a huge electrolyte that most people are deficient in, and they don't supplement with, and they need to. I roughly take in about 1,500 milligrams, across the board from all my sources during the day. I supplement with, a magnesium chelate, which I think is the best form because it's different forms of magnesium, not just one, not just citrate or lysine or anything. It's multiple brands, and you want a reputable company. Again, Thorne is great. You can see here on Doctor's Best, Albion Minerals. That is huge. You see that stamp on them, you're getting a quality product. So I'm all about quality. So that's a big thing with creatine. I think it needs to be a magnesium creatine chelate for the absolute best absorption. Obviously magnesium plays hundreds of roles in the body. ATP being a huge thing, relaxation, bone metabolism, protein synthesis. It does numerous things, and then obviously adding it with creatine, you're going to get more ATP out of it. So it's a win-win situation. So I do 5 grams in here too. So just 1 scoop. And then I'm just going to basically make kind of like a pudding out of it. I mean, consistency is up to you if you want to try this. But I've perfected this. I like it basically not watery by any means, especially whey protein isolate. It mixes with very little water, which is great.
very little digestive stress, if any, for people. Just a little bit more. And you can kind of see the consistency that I like with it. Make it basically like a pudding. And then my carbs. Again, I said I went for a simple. So I do a mixture. Honey nut, basically rice checks. This is the honey nut flavor. I'll go cinnamon sometimes. I'll go plain. It doesn't really matter to me. And then again, my Wallow crisp. Love this stuff. So we're basically going to get 150 grams of carbs from these two sources mixed in here. And of course, I'm weighing it instead of measuring it with a volume. I'm roughly going to do half and half of each cereal. Which is a lot of cereal, which is awesome for me. Because the kid in me loves cereal. And I think you're insane if you don't like cereal. Unfortunately, not everybody can have cereal. Don't hate on me just because I can. Throw in here. Almost a little more dense with that cereal. Alright. So, very slowly mix this stuff up. And what's awesome, it will literally make, it's like the cereal soaks it up. It makes like a Rice Krispie treat. Lots of crunch, very little liquid. So you can see how this stuff is just sticking together, which I love. It's not, soupy, it's keeping the cereal crunchy. So as far as texture, taste, you cannot beat it. All right, so I'm gonna throw this down. That won't take any time. So you can see in literally 90 minutes usually, or even an hour sometimes, I'm hungry, which is a good sign because of what I gotta take in. All right, so with this, supplement-wise, again, digestive enzymes for absorption. You're gonna see me again, Thorn, potassium citrate. Citrate, make sure it's citrate if you're taking it. I'll do 800 milligrams here, and then I will do some straight magnesium. Electrolyte replenishment obviously is a factor here, is why I'm taking this. And also, I didn't show this, but this 40,000 volts electrolyte concentrate. I do this 3 to 4 times a day for hydration effects and electrolyte balance. A teaspoon is all it takes. So I'll do a teaspoon in the morning with my mixture of water, my warm water, my fresh lemon, to hydrate the body as quickly as possible, because overnight, obviously, you're dehydrating your system. You're urinating constantly, if you're me anyways. But most people are dehydrated in the morning, so it's a great way to hydrate yourself quickly. And obviously with the warm lemon water, it gets things moving to get you going in the morning, if you know what I mean. So I'll do it first thing in the morning. I'll do this pre-workout. I'll put it in my Intra workout shake, and then I'll do it again probably my next meal and meal after, which is another teaspoon. So 3 to 4 servings a day. So I'll make sure everything's balanced with me, all right? So I'm getting my electrolytes, my minerals, vitamins, everything. So I'm gonna eat this, and then about, like I said, 90 minutes, I'm gonna have another meal, and it's gonna be 100 grams of carbs from rice. I'm gonna get some fresh fruit in there, about 20 grams of carbs from that. And then I'll have 2 more meals. So my total intake on these days, I have basically kind of 3 intakes, and we may film one of my off days because it's a night and day from this. But right now, I'm getting about 280 grams of protein, a little over 500 grams of carbs, and around 40 grams of fat or so, give or take, obviously with trace in there. On my other days, some other training days, depending on what they are, I have it scheduled, it's going to be the same protein and fats, but it's only going to be around 400 grams of carbs. And then my off day, completely night and day. I'm taking in about 140 grams of fat, protein still at 280, and then carbs are about 120, 130. So fat is crazy high on the day, and I'm getting crazy benefits from it. I mean, my AMPK is, I think I'm getting great activation there for fat oxidation, great anti-aging effects if you can get AMPK activation going on, if you see me talk about that. And people always, well, AMP, you don't want to activate all the time. No, you don't want it activating all the time. I'm not trying to. But if you can kind of manipulate your diet to where you're getting some activation going on there with a lower carb intake and do it on your off day, for me anyways, I have some clients doing this on their training. I mean, it's an individual thing, but if you can get some activation going in there, you're going to get some positive benefits from it. You know, people are going to argue with stuff all the time. I found this to work tremendously for my body, and I've had other clients where I've had similar situations where I have them to do some higher fats and then higher carbs on other days. So it's individual. Obviously, I have some clients that are constantly on high carbs. I have some constantly on moderate carbs. I have some that are constantly on a lower carb, higher fat. I mean, it's all individual based. So, you know, don't take this that this is best thing for everybody. All right, this is individual. So this is what works for me. So that's pretty much it for this video. The next one, we'll go when we're a little deeper into prep, not prep, but off season, kind of see where I'm at. Currently, I'm weighing about 202, 203. Again, I'm staying in the classic division. So the goal next year is to obviously win a pro card, but Masters Nationals will probably be my very first show. So that's not till next summer. So I got plenty of time off, and I'm not trying to put on crazy amounts of scale weight size. I'm not going to go over 208 roughly around that area because I got to make 192, and it was a struggle this year to get down, so it's pointless. So now this year's bringing up some weak points, a little fuller chest, better hamstring hang, more density to the back, you know, just detailed work that we're trying to work on. Keep injuries at bay, stay healthy internally, you know, as well as getting the job and the work done externally. We're heading to Vegas in a few days for my 40th birthday. Yes, I'm getting old. Been doing this for over 2 decades now. So going to celebrate with friends and family. When I go on vacation, I'm not going to binge. I'm not going to eat shit the whole time, but I will enjoy a meal out here and there. You know, I have some balance in my life, but at the same time, I don't obsess about food. I will take food with me. I'll buy food while I'm there from Trader Joe's and eat it as I go. You know, I won't be measuring everything to the T, but I will stay close to my normal routine. But if I want to go out with friends and have a nice dinner out or go to a sports bar, you know, and I'll have a little snack of chips or whatever, I'll do that. And then I'll come back and I'll go right back to playing. So that's it. If you guys have any questions after watching this, obviously feel free to email me, AlanCress@hotmail. Make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram. We'll put all these up on the screen, obviously, where you can click on them. We're having a new website developed. We're going to have a subscription site developed. Some good things going into works. For our clients, we're updating things. We're going to have a macro calculator that we've had designed just for clients. So some good things are coming. We're developing things. So if any questions, just give me a shout, guys.